Okay, welcome back to day 347? Yeah. Anyways, I'm wearing a blanket. Oh. You know how hard it is to get in and out of a broken chair? My shirt is falling apart. I guess that's what happened when we have that God knows who knows how old of a shirt. It's not even my shirt to begin with. Yeah. Anyways. What was I saying? I need a haircut is what I'm saying. Dear God, man. The heck is this? Anyways, broken chair, trying to get back into my blanket. Really hard. I love soft blankets, though. It has a fox on it. We got this when I was in, middle school. The old blanket, too. Well, this is way older. Like, a decade older. I already patched up really, really badly, so I think it's time to let it die. But I won't. I'm going to keep wearing it until it actively hurts me. Oh yeah, I got a comment that was like, hey, I'm going to make a video and your channel will be featured in it. And I'm like, oh, it wasn't a question. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, well, okay. So I figured it was because I did a video every day. And so I was like, I don't know what in particular you're talking about, but that's cool. That's chill. And like I said, cool or whatever. Excited. They had a really cool icon. And so they're like, yeah, it's just because you made something daily, put effort into it. And I was like, I did put effort into this. God, I put effort into this, didn't I? So anyway, so that was a shock, and I didn't know how to respond. And then it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I responded, and I'm like, I don't know if that made any sense. So I hope they don't think I thought, or I'm disappointed or anything of just because it's I don't know. So because again, I have no idea what they were going to do a video on. So they're like, oh, it's just about how you made a video every day. So I'm like, oh, that's chill, dude. So I didn't know if I should respond. I don't know when you stop respond it's not texting, it's comments. So I'm like, so maybe I will just heart their response or something. I don't know how this works. Here's the thing, I've been watching YouTube for quite a few years. It was after I moved out, and I moved to a different country, and I didn't have cable, anything, and searching things online sometimes wouldn't work because it's you're in the wrong region, and it's okay, cool. So that was a thing, and so anyway, so what happened is I went through YouTube to watch a lot of YouTubers instead, and that's when it really boomed for me to watch YouTubers. And so what happened is since then I've been watching YouTubers, honestly, kind of my go-to entertainment, especially with family, with my sisters. We would watch certain TV shows, but a lot of times we'll watch YouTube videos, or we'll watch YouTube videos in the background. Obviously instructional videos, how to make a pattern for pants and then make those pants out of the pattern you had, stuff like that. But what happened is I anyway, so I started watching YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for quite a few years, watching it. The problem is I'm not a comment kind of person, so even when I watch like Twitch, unless it's like a smaller person, like I don't comment. I guess for a lot of things, I don't think my voice is important. Like, to usually, if it is a bigger video, I know someone else already called it out or mentioned it, like answered a question or whatever, and I don't want to just feed my voice into it. I think comments can really help boost things. So if it's a small channel, putting a comment like, oh, I watched this twice, or even just like, I like this, or whatever, it'll make a lot more views. Which is really interesting, because what happened is one person, it's really funny because a lot of people will send like joke about how bad this is, or like just stop, or like why kind of things. And so one person was like, oh, like no views or whatever, and I was like, I put it up in the last, like, I think at this point was like a few hours. I think it wasn't even like the next day. So it's like, A, yeah, B, yeah. But then see, since they commented on it and they said like no views or whatever, and they're like LOL, which, by the way, do kids even say LOL anymore? Because my sibling mentioned that, and so I looked up, do kids say L, or like do people keep like say LOL, and people are like, oh, it's typically more of especially on like TikTok, they'll be like, oh, this, and then like a really big like exaggeration. I'm like, yeah, but that doesn't mean that they don't use LOL. So anyways, but I am not a key smasher. I'm not really that kind of person, and I'm not like SK person either. Which that one makes a little bit more sense to me. Like if I would type it more than like a keyboard smash. Keyboard smash I vibe with more for me as a typer, so I will just that. But like as a just like, oh, this is like lighthearted, I'll put like LOL. Anyways, point is, so I looked that up, and from 2015, an article popped up saying no, kids don't say it. And it was so funny to me, because I'm just like, oh my god, 2015, and it's like, because was it Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez or something? I don't know, I don't remember. Like something was called LOL, and they're like, this killed LOL culture, and I'm just like, it wasn't good, it was cringy, but I wish it was raining more. It actually just stopped. I wish it was pouring again, because that was super cool, and you could see lightning. Because it's like there's a window right there, so it's like a really nice flash of light. It's really nice. Anyways, do people with epilepsy have problems with lightning? Because it goes dark, then bright, then dark again. But it's like one, but I know people back in my elementary school, not in my grade, but in my sister's grade, question mark, or at least previously, a teacher just flipped on a light switch, so from dark to just bright, and a kid had a seizure. So now they then, for me, they're like, okay, everyone cover your eyes when the light turns on, and I'm like, okay, because for me, it caused me to get headaches. So I'm like, I'm like, I already did that myself. Like, I would close my eyes, but she's like, no, cover your goddamn eyes. So I'm like, okay, because closing your eyes, you still get a lot of light in your eyes, even just closing it, which is why just closing your eyes versus covering them or wearing sunglasses with the sun, it's easier. So that's why with people with epilepsy, typically cover their eyes, is not because they're being dramatic, it's because literally you can still get light even if your eyes are closed. There's still light sources. Anyways, point is, what was the point? Oh, lightning. Oh, it just sounded really cool, really nice. This is really heavy. I think it's a little late for rain season, though. Anyway, the point was, the kid, I assume he's a kid, commented on it being like, no views. That video got, right after he commented, like next few hours later when I did something or something, I don't know, it got like 10 views, and I'm like, or by the time I even got to the comment or something, it had like 10 views, and now it has more, and I'm just like, kid, you do realize commenting will now promote it, and if I commented back, I did, since I commented back, just being like, yeah, I make this for me, it will boost it that much more, because now it's 2 comments, so after I commented back, it boosted even more. So, the more you comment on things and like or dislike, I think the thing is like and dislike. Well, that's not true. I was gonna say I probably had a lot of spam likes and dislikes, surprisingly, or at least, because it'll be like 0 vote or 0 watches, but it will have like a thumbs up, and I'm just like, some computer obviously spammed this, but then I'll get comments that are very obviously, which, by the way, okay, so I got this bunch, like, it's the same comment always, and I will obviously report it for a bad link, or a link, never clicked on it, a link, and it's about 18 plus adult game sex, so I will report it for like 2 things, but typically over like, I don't remember, I think there was one, I don't know, but at least with the link, I'll do that because I want it off my page, but I don't know if deleting it still counts, like, is it still there, so I don't know, so I would get rid of those, and I wonder if that would cause that particular video to do better, because it technically did have a comment, but it did also, some of them gets auto flagged. It's just really odd that it sometimes doesn't, and then one time I reported it only once, and it got taken down, so it didn't show up, and then I went there, and it showed up again, and I was like, this is the same comment, did it get cleared? What, how? So I'm like, no, so I reported it again, and then it finally went away, and I was like, get rid of it. So anyway, so what happened is, with comments and stuff, it was a small video, like a smaller creator, comment, like, that really is how you boost the views, for a channel, is just comment. Like, you can instantly tell the difference if someone comments on the thing or not. It just automatic. Anyways, what was the other point? Oh, I'm just not a comment. Maybe that's it. But anyways, I'm not a commenter on bigger things, and I don't know how many times I liked actual things, but because it's like, it's not just like and just go away. Like, you can go through your liked videos, and I'm not in that. And usually I'm not signed in, which apparently some people say can hinder if there's a lot of non-subscribed people, aka not logged in people, watching a video. But I'm like, I'm not logged in because I don't like being logged in to YouTube or to, like, always do Google and stuff, just because I don't like that, because then like, I have for Google all of my things turned off, because dear God, I'm like, nope. Just one time we were at a thrift store, and we don't know who it is. We have Siri off, we have all these things, all the mics turned off on all the apps, like individually, Siri completely turned off, individually turned off, stuff, like all of it. We're at a thrift store one time. I find legitimate baseball pants. Wish I bought them. I wish I had them in my size, but I think they were a little small. And I said baseball pants 3 or 4 times. Baseball pants, baseball pants, baseball pants, baseball pants. And then instantly my sibling and I got home and we had ads for baseball pants. The problem is, since we're on the, like, it will kind of be together, like, things, it's just baseball pants. We're like, look at these baseball pants, look at these baseball pants, look at these and then that was it. It was just, get baseball pants for this many dollars, and I'm just like, that's so anyways, we went through it, then we triple checked everything was off, turned off everything that we did find, because there will be layers where you will find, like, one time I turned off location services in one location in my settings, and I couldn't find it, and it's like, ooh, technically we can't do this. And I was like, okay, but I'm trying to look for these location services, and I found, like, the main one, and it's like, yes, it's on. And I was like, great, I wish it wasn't, but honestly, I play Pokemon Go. I know, selling my soul for Pokemon, more likely than you think. So anyway, so I sold my soul for Pokemon, but what happened is, I have location services on solely for Pokemon Go, and then whenever I use apps, but I have everything on only when I have the app open, besides Pokemon. But everything else, so it's like, the only thing that could possibly be selling my information is Pokemon Go, but it's, yeah, I sold myself for Pokemon. I'm going to be legit. I did. Like, it's my weakness, man. Everything else I have turned off, but Pokemon Go, that's where I drew. I stepped over, like, not like where I drew the line. It's the opposite. It's where I gave in to stepping over the line for Pokemon Go. Anyways, the point is, I don't know what etiquette is for comments. I don't know the etiquette for anything. I'm not really an etiquette kind of person. I'm kind of does here. Yeah. It's fun, though, that somebody saw and decided to put me in their YouTube video, or highlight this channel, not like me. My actions, they highlighted my actions in their video, or will, so that's pretty cool. Don't like being perceived, though, so you're like, didn't you make 365 videos by now? Or, rounding up, sub 20 days, bro. Sub 20 days. Sub 20? Yeah, sub 20 days.